A very good morning to all of you. And today I'm going to take my discussions. I would like to take them a step ahead of that, what I was talking about yesterday. And the title is The Divine Equations. We have equations, order, law, and meaning in the universe. So here goes my equations rather, as the divine equations I'm going to talk about. Hi everyone. So today I invite you to think differently. To think about those equations differently, in a different manner, in a different fashion, not as a cold symbol, but try to whisper something out, something out of it, something as a whisper of order. I am your host, Arfat Fados, and this talk is titled The Divine Equation. So in this talk, I'll be talking about the divine equation. And the very first question arises that why equations exist at all. The equations of physics, So let me begin with a simple question. Why does nature obey equations? What am I trying to tell you is this: why does not the universe behave differently tomorrow? Like, take an example. Say, for example, when an apple falls today, it falls the same way it fell centuries ago. It fell hundreds of years ago. That behavior is summarized by a simple mathematical equation, the Newton's second law of motion. F is equal to ma. F is the force, m is the mass, and a is the acceleration. So what it means, force equals mass times acceleration. Now this equation does not force nature to behave. It merely describes what nature already does. And it does it faithfully. It does it repeatedly. It does it consistently. So consistency is not the randomness. Consistency is a kind of discipline that we can put in our minds. Now let's take it to the gravity and cosmic balance and try to materialize the things. Now let us stop. Now let us stop inwards, let's move outwards. Now let's move from apples to the planets. And we have the very beautiful Isaac Newton discovered that same law governs the heavens. Now what is that law? F is equal to g m1 m2 by r squared. It's a very simple equation. Yet it binds Earth to the sun and holds galaxies together. It's a beauty. There's a discipline. There is order. And think about this. If gravity were slightly stronger, say for the sake of argument, if it was a little stronger, the stars would burn out too fast. If slightly weaker, the planets would never have had come to life. This balance is so precise that modern physics calls it fine-tuned. The universe is fine-tuned. There is order, there is discipline. No doubt it has come from that imbalance that I talked about, but there is discipline and there is precision. Precision invites reflection. Now, talking about any kind of discipline, Einstein should not be out. Einstein and the shapes of the reality. Now let's incorporate Einstein. Let's talk the equation. And then comes this man, Einstein, who gave us one of the most famous equations ever written. E equals mc square, energy and mass. These two things are not separate. They are transferable. They are connected. Energy and mass, they are connected. This single line tells us that matter itself is a condensed kind of energy. So matter is what? It's a trapped energy. That is the universe. That the universe is deeper than it appears. But Einstein went further. And what he did, he showed that gravity is not just a force, as was argued by Newton. It's the curving of space and time. It's a space-time curvature. And matter tells space how to bend. And vice versa. This is not some kind of mechanical chaos that we can think about. This is the geometrical elegance of the universe, the discipline, the symmetry. And to talk about the quantum world, order in the unseen. Till now, we have order in the classical world. Now let's go inwards. Let's move into the smallest scales. Let's move into the atoms, molecules, electrons. Now at the quantum level, particles behave strangely, yet not lawlessly. Their behavior is governed by an equation, what's known as Schrodinger's wave equation. H psi equals E psi. We call it eigenvalue equation, the Schrodinger's equation. And this equation governs. It governs atoms. It governs molecules. It governs chemistry, physics, and ultimately the complex life. Your body works because electrons obey this equation. Your thoughts arise because quantum rules allow stable matter. Even the uncertainty that we are talking about in negative sense all the time, the uncertainty has a structure. Even the probabilities that we have, they have an order, they have a law. Mystery does not mean disorder. It means depth, deepness. And another mark is the symmetry. The symmetry, nature's signature. One of the most beautiful ideas in the physics is maybe this word, symmetry. Now, what symmetry means? Symmetry means laws remain unchanged even when the perspectives shift. From symmetry comes the conservation laws. From time symmetry, if you have the symmetry in time, the energy is conserved. Then you have the symmetry in the space, what we call space symmetry. If there is symmetry in the space, then the momentum is conserved. Probably the angular momentum is conserved. These are not arbitrary rules. They're not coming randomly. They're mathematical reflections of the stability that is within us that's outside us. And where there is symmetry, there is elegance. Where there is elegance, I can say there is meaning. There's a beautiful meaning. So, what we are basically doing, are we discovering or we are reading the things that are out there? I think here is the deepest question. Are we inventing these equations? Or we are uncovering them? Certainly we are not inventing them. And why does mathematics, which is an abstract human creation, to make it locally connected to the humans, and why does these equations fit the universe so perfectly? And why should symbols written on paper predict eclipses, predict the motion of the particles, predict the life of the stars, as if the universe already knows the mathematics? And we are slowly learning its grammar. So, to come to the point, the divine equation as a unified idea. So we have equations of gravity, motion. The divine equation is not basically one formula. It's not a religion. It's not one religion. There are many religions in the world. It's not one ideology. There are many ideologies in the globe. It's the idea that reality is basically coherent, that the universe is not screaming, it's not crying. Universe is a sentence. That law, balance, and that makes meaning. And all of these things emerge together. And the humans have a role. It looks clear. Let me end with this talk. Let me end this. We are not the masters of the universe. We are merely the readers of it. We are not doing it. We're just learning it. And every equation solved is basically an invitation to the humility. Every mystery that's uncovered points to the deeper wisdom of that reality. Perhaps science shows us carefully. It shows us how carefully reality works. And spirituality reminds us why we should care. Thank you. I am your host, Arfat Firdaus. And with this, I would like to say you goodbye. I don't know